Jerry Jones sends sinister message to the Dallas Cowboys and Mike McCarthy. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Dallas Cowboys news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Cowboys owner Jerry Jones sends clear message to Mike McCarthy and its players. The scene at the Dallas Cowboys locker room cleanout day on Monday was similar to Sunday's postgame at AT&T Stadium. Quiet and solemn. Most of the players that were present were walking quickly in and out, speed walking away from the disappointment that comes with the second-seeded Cowboys losing in the opening round of the NFL playoffs 48-32 against the 7th-seeded Green Bay Packers, which snapped a 16-game home-winning streak at AT&T Stadium and ended their 2023 season. It hasn't been 24 hours yet, and I'm still in shock, Dallas Cowboys cornerback Jourdan Lewis said Monday when asked to describe the feeling surrounding the game a day later. More shock than anything. Dallas has at least 12 wins for 3 seasons in a row under head coach Mike McCarthy after going 12-5 every year since 2021. This stretch marks the second time in franchise history for that to occur, joining the Cowboys' 1990s dynasty run from 1992 to 1995, in which they won 3 Super Bowls in 4 seasons. McCarthy is the first Cowboys head coach to accomplish this feat. However, McCarthy's Cowboys also became the first team to win 12 games in 3 straight seasons and failed to make the conference championship in any of them. That left everyone at the Star, the team's headquarters, with unresolved feelings of grief and anger. It's always frustrating, Lewis said of the team's regular season success not translating to the postseason. The end goal for any team is go to the Super Bowl. So for most teams like us, we always want to go to the Super Bowl. It's disappointing. It's a messed up feeling, Cowboys wide receiver and returner KaVontae Turpin said Monday. Everybody around here is frustrated because we weren't supposed to lose, but that's just the National Football League. Green Bay came in hot and spicy, and they just stayed with it. We couldn't stop them. McCarthy addressed the 2023 iteration of the Cowboys for the final time Monday morning, sharing a message of compassion and regret. He felt for us, Lewis said, relaying McCarthy's message to the team today. He wanted it really bad for us given the caliber of guys we are all together. We wanted it. Team owner and general manager Jerry Jones also addressed the squad, airing out his annoyance and distress regarding the Cowboys' early postseason exit. We got to win, Lewis said when relaying Jones's message in a meeting with the players on Monday. This is the Dallas Cowboys. We had everything to win. We can't let this feeling keep going on. I just feel like Jones, wants to win right now. The urgency is now. It was always that, and we always had that on our shoulders, but he made that clear. That was his point. Turpin said Jones, 81 years old, emphasized the ticking clock of father time. Jerry talked about how he doesn't have too many years left in this business, Turpin said. He just wants it bad. He wants a ring bad. Lewis, a Cowboys third-round pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, is one of 16 of Dallas's pending unrestricted free agents, and potentially seeing his career the team that drafted him, end this is painful for the 28-year-old defensive back. I just wanted to help the team win, Lewis said. We've been here together, all of us, for 3 years now, and I just wanted to finish it the right way. It hurt that we didn't get the chance to do that. It's life. It hurts that we lost like that. I might not be a part of this next year, so it kinda hurts. With their head coach's job status up in the air, both Lewis and Turpin went to bat for him. McCarthy's career record in 4 seasons as the Cowboys head coach is 42-25, giving him the highest career win percentage of any coach in team history. That's something Lewis pointed to in comparison to the up-and-down tenure of Jason Garrett in which the team went 86-67 in 10 seasons. McCarthy's postseason record is 1-3, with the sole win coming in last year's wild card round against 45-year-old Tom Brady and the NFC South champion Buccaneers in Tampa. That's why he is currently on the hot seat. This is one of the hardest jobs in America, quarterback and the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Lewis said, when asked about McCarthy's tenure as the team's head coach. I feel like he's done a tremendous job, all things in consideration. It's hard, all things considered. A lot of media, a lot of people against you, all the outside noise, and we just made sure that we stuck our arms around each other and stayed together. I think we did a really good job. He helped me a lot with my career, and I feel like I learned a lot with him. Look what he did, in comparison to what happened when he wasn't here, Lewis said. We were struggling to be over 500. He had 3 straight 12-win seasons. So yeah, I hope so. The second story is Dallas Cowboys' vaunted defense faces painful reality after disgraceful playoff outing. In a win-or-go-home game at AT&T Stadium, the Cowboys' defense didn't show up. Maybe the illness that struck this team for basically a month stepped on the field in place of the players assigned to play. It was a disgraceful performance for a defense with veterans, talented young players, and Dan Quinn, a defensive coordinator being sought for vacant head coaching jobs. Yet here we are trying to dissect what went wrong with the Cowboys' defense after a 48-32 season-ending loss to the Packers in an NFC wildcard game late Sunday afternoon. We knew they were a playoff team, and we should have went out there and executed better, cornerback Jordan Lewis said. We didn't execute to our best ability, and they took advantage of that and took advantage of some holes that we had. The Packers scored on 6 of their first 7 possessions. Running back Aaron Jones scored 3 rushing touchdowns and picked up 118 yards. The Packers participated in this contest without their number 2 back A.J. Dillon. No problem. Jones went out and averaged 5.6 yards per carry. Quarterback Jordan Love put on a show by completing 16 of 21 passes for 272 yards with 3 touchdowns. He completed passes off his back foot, on the move, and in the pocket. Receiver Romeo Doubs will earn much attention after his 6-catch, 151-yard, 1-touchdown effort Sunday. The last time Doubs had a game like this was in college. On November 19, 2021, Doubs caught 11 passes for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns for Nevada in a game against Air Force. And guess who the Packers' best receiver is? Christian Watson. He had 1 catch for 9 yards and is battling a hamstring injury. The Packers also compiled 415 offensive yards, averaging 7.7 yards per play. In its 10 possessions, the Packers punted 3 times. They scored touchdowns on 6 other possessions. The Cowboys' defense gave up 3 touchdowns in the first half, and that was before Darnell Savage recorded a pick 6 to make the score 27-0. It was tough, linebacker Damone Clark said. The Cowboys, who led the NFL in takeaways in the 2021 and 2022 seasons, had none Sunday against the Packers. With their offense struggling to move the ball, the defense needed to make some plays to turn the momentum of the game. Instead, the defense was pushed around in the run game, let too many receivers make wide-open catches, and acted as if the game were played in freezing temperatures instead of the comfortable 72-degree indoor conditions. The only positive was pass rusher Micah Parsons finally drew 2 holding calls, ending a streak of 46 quarters without drawing one. Parsons did hit the quarterback once but had no sacks. If you talk about being phenomenal, which was Parsons' case after the regular season finale at Washington, you better show up in the playoffs. No sacks for Parsons. For that matter, the other pass rusher, DeMarcus Lawrence, who had 4 tackles, didn't touch the quarterback. No hits, no hurries. The interior of the line was a no-show as well. After Brandon Aubrey's 34-yard field goal cut the Packers' lead to 27-10, the Packers got the ball at their 25. Jones carried 8 yards on 1st and 10. He then went 4 more yards before Love found Doubs for a 46-yard gain. After a Jones 8-yard run made it 2nd and 2 at the Dallas 9, he sprinted 9 yards for a touchdown and a 34-10 advantage. The third story is Dallas Cowboys' playoff meltdown jeopardizes Mike McCarthy coaching position. These are the kinds of embarrassments that can get a coach fired, especially when it happens for the Dallas Cowboys at Jerry World. Visions of the franchise's first Super Bowl in 28 years went up in smoke at AT&T Stadium on Sunday as the Green Bay Packers trounced Dallas 48-32 in a stunning NFC wildcard playoff opener. The shocker snapped Dallas's home-winning streak at 16 games and immediately fuels speculation that Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy's job is in jeopardy after a performance that was so thoroughly inept that it has to force franchise owner Jerry Jones to again assess whether to move forward with the status quo. After a week of huge surprises on the NFL coaching landscape, is another big move coming? When he met with media outside the locker room after the game, Jones would not specifically address whether he'll retain or fire McCarthy, who has 1 year remaining on a 5-year contract. Yet the shock and disappointment on Jones's face was palatable. This latest setback does not sit well. He knows the deal. As much as McCarthy is on the hot seat, so is Dallas's gregarious team owner himself by association. "I know where the responsibility starts and ends," Jones said. "I've got that real clear." Jones, who also serves as his own general manager, said that he had not yet thought of when he would meet with McCarthy to discuss the season and its humiliating ending. That could occur as early as Monday, as Jones mentioned to USA Today Sports that he has to rearrange his schedule to deal with the end-of-season matters involving players and staff. "Certainly, I have the background in what happens after you lose a playoff game," Jones said. "I've got too much experience with that." A week earlier, when asked about McCarthy's security following a victory at Washington that sealed the NFC East crown, Jones was non-committal.